You're listening to the Bryant Land Country Podcast, hosted by AB3.
Man, I don't know about y'all, but have you ever just stopped and listened to the intro music for the Bryant Land Country Podcast? Let this little part right here ride out a little bit. Oh man, that music, that did a good job. You know, I don't like to toot my own horn, but in the words of the great Arn Anderson, the enforcer for the Four Horsemen back in the day, I don't like to toot my own horn, but toot. Man, I picked a good track for the intro music for the Bryant Land Country Podcast. What's happening, everybody? AB3 here, bonus episode. The bonus eps is what I'm going to call these, just short little bonus episodes that I'm going to put together maybe every other 2 weeks or so. We'll kind of see how it goes, but I had the idea in my head for a while to put together a bonus episode. You guys have been so great about supporting the podcast so far. We are doing, pretty good numbers. Still not where I want to be. But I am my own worst critic, and I can say that I've gotten very, very positive feedback about the episodes that we've done so far. And as always, I'm really appreciative, and I thank you guys for it. The whole premise of the bonus eps, though, is just for more updated, timely content. I record the Bryant Land Country Podcast sometimes 2-3 weeks in advance. The interviews, rather, 2-3 weeks in advance. And then I usually pre-record an intro and an outro right before I turn them into my editor. So, I try to update it, via the intro and the outro. But, there are a lot of things that happen between now and then, things that happen between recordings of some of the interviews and stuff. So I said, hey, if I got a little bit of time, I'll throw together a bonus ep here and there just to cover a couple things. In this bonus episode, I just want to cover how you guys have really supported this last episode that just dropped on Monday with the marshes, hunting with the marshes. You guys really seem to be all about the episodes that I do with new hunters, the conversations that I have with people that are getting into the hunting industry or just getting into hunting in general. You guys really seem to respond to those episodes the most and really like those the most. So I'm going to continue to try to seek out new hunters, new people that are coming into the sport, and talk to them, offer them some encouragement, and then present their stories and their journeys to you guys. The Marsh episode, like I said, that dropped on Monday, is doing great numbers, and it is already the highest rated or the most downloaded episode in the first week for any of the episodes I've done so far. And that was 14. That was episode 14. And like I said, that episode in just the last 2 days has been downloaded more than any episode of the Bryant Land Country Podcast. So, not only is it a testament to Antonio and Kim Marsh for being great hosts, being great guests on the podcast. Obviously, it seems to be what you guys like. So kudos and shout out to the Marshes, and shout out to you guys for supporting that episode. Other thing that I want to cover in this bonus episode, it's late. It's 12:35 Central Time on a Wednesday. And I decided to lay this down. I'm going to post it as soon as I finish. I just finished recording the intro and the outro to the episode, the regular Bryant Land Country episode that's going to come up on Monday. It will be with Ryan the Buddha. You guys have probably seen him on the Pursuit channel, all over Instagram and social media. So I just finished recording the intro and outro for that interview. Today's been a busy day, man. The day has been a really busy day. You know, I was off. I didn't have a Bucks game today. I got one tomorrow, regular season finale. And I was able to record 2 interviews today. You know, I talked to Josh Honeycutt from Realtree. He's a writer for Realtree Outdoors. And then I talked to Adam Edwards, who was another guy that I found on Instagram. So, I mean, I've been grinding today, man. And then now I'm putting together, you know, this bonus episode to drop here in a few minutes. It's been a busy day. I got to get some sleep, you know. But I've enjoyed doing podcasting. I've enjoyed being able to tell the stories and talk to different people. So that's why I'm out here hard down at it, man. So just continue to support it. And I'm glad that you guys are continue to consume. Last thing that I'm going to cover on this bonus episode, these goddamn raccoons. Now that's another thing too. And I probably should have said this at the beginning. These bonus episodes might be a little bit edgier, might not hold back on the profanity as much as I do on the normal podcast. I think there's a way to kind of put like a E for explicit, you know, for separate episodes and stuff. But, you know, when it comes to talking about these raccoons, they get on my nerves and they make me cuss, man. I posted a picture on my Instagram in my story earlier tonight. You know, I put up a feeder. It's really high off the ground, a gravity feeder, really high off the ground, trying to combat these daggum raccoons. And I get a picture. Matter of fact, I got it while I was in the middle of talking to Adam Edwards earlier tonight doing our podcast interview. And I get a daggum picture, and there's some bitches hanging off of the feeder. I mean, there is no end to the destruction and what these raccoons will do. And it's funny because I was talking to Adam Edwards, and he was, we were talking about, you know, raccoons and having eaten one, and he had never heard of it. Guy's been hunting, you know, 20, 25 years, never heard of eating raccoons. I've been hunting 4 years. I know people that eat them. They like to eat them with sweet potatoes. And I tell you what, by the time I finish trapping and getting rid of these damn raccoons, you can come and have a raccoon buffet at my place because I'm sick of them. I'm tired of them. They are disrupting every freaking thing on my property. My turkey season on my property has been blown all to shits because the raccoons are out there. And if you don't know, raccoons, they eat the turkey eggs. They destroy turkey nests. Raccoons, possums, skunks destroy turkey nests, eat the eggs, cause just a big problem for, you know, the turkeys. And I'm sick of these things. I'm going to get rid of them. Man, that's going to do it for this bonus episode, the first bonus ep of the Bryant Land Country Podcast. Like I said, these are not going to be long episodes. They're short. They're bonus eps, just a way for me to blow off some steam, talk about a few things that I probably don't really talk about on the normal podcast. You know, if you heard the first episode, if you read the description, or hell, if you even listen to the little man in the intro, he will tell you that this is a podcast about hunting, fishing, riding ATVs, anything outdoors, and all types of randomness. Well, the bonus eps are going to be full of randomness. We're going to talk about sports. Of course, we're going to talk about some hunting. We're going to talk about some ATV riding, but a lot of sports, some wrestling, a lot of, you know, random things. Speaking of wrestling, shout out to Kofi Kingston, WWE champion, man. How about that, huh? WWE champion, black WWE champion. How about that? I know you guys, you know, get kind of squirrely when you start talking about race and stuff like that. But man, hell, I am a black man and I'm very proud of Kofi Kingston. As for me right now, though, like I said, it's 12:41 Central Time. I'm tired. I'm going to bed, but I hope you enjoyed this bonus app of the Bryant Land Country Podcast. Make sure you're still checking out the regular episodes of the Bryant Land Country Podcast. They come out every Monday. Make sure you subscribe, rate, review. Thank y'all for the support and for the love. I'll holler at y'all a little bit later. Bryant Land Country Podcast.
Thanks for listening to the Bryant Land Country Podcast, hosted by AB3. Please leave us a positive review and 5-star rating on iTunes. Be sure to check out our podcast section on our website, bryantlandcountry.com, for previous podcasts. Check us out on Instagram at Official Bryant Land and Twitter at 3BryantLand. This has been an AB3 Media production. Join us next time for another edition of the Bryant Land Country Podcast.